often here in the map 1, but here we are going to start out on the board with Jules real quick. Denver Surrender going to be starting out on that good side. It's just a matter of who kind of gets these first set of kills.
Absolutely. You got Sydney. The main thing that Sydney wants to do here is go ahead and flip the spawns. You see he's number 7. Pushing through P2, trying to get through. First hill though, getting a little bit scrappy, but it's ultimately going to go into Denver's favor. That is Poison picking up the kills on hill. But again, like I mentioned, 7 went on the flank, now picking up some really good kills, and Sydney's going to be able to get some more time on hill 1 now.
Yeah, but this player 7, I mean, they really need to worry about this player. You got player 1 and player 4 kind of roaming, looking for him. Mr. Anderson is able to take him down, but player 8 takes that time and he looms over toward that P2 side of the map. Jules does a great job, takes him down. All of Sydney Dingoes going to be spawning up at that back P3 area. They're going to find those kills amongst the middle of the map, but Denver Surrender have already made this rotation to new. Kind of a mixy P1, lets you kind of gets this big chunk on P2. It does seem to be the Denver Surrender in a good spot to do so off the break.
Absolutely a very mixy P1, going to end in just about tied going into P2. Sydney did come off of that hill with unfavorable spawns, but they're able to make their way into the hill. It is going to be full control of Sydney. We'll see what Denver can do here. They're trying to pinch through middle. Number 1, Jules and KJet on the pinch. But Sydney going to be able to handle them no problem, getting all the kills. Number 6 inside and Cannon is going to be able to pick up another one. Mr. Anderson trying to get the kill here, but I don't think he's going to be able to. I think he's going to be able to pick it up. Oh, yeah, no, he's going to be able to get Novi. It looks like the scrap time is going to go in favor of Denver, but at what cost? Sydney is going to be able to get the rotation for this very, very tough to break P3.
Yeah, they are doing a great job of applying that pressure here on the P3 off the break. They had that final scrap time, that good chunk of 20 seconds, and they used that time to their full advantage. They allowed the rest of their teammates to kind of push straight to that P3 area and try to break on in, but the kills are going the way of Sydney Dingoes. They have a full 60 ahead of them. They just need to execute, but they are getting some close spawns. There's going to be some quick pressure from the front. Sydney's going to have to take care of this.
Denver doing whatever they can to try and break through this hill. It's very, very tough. MCB with 2 great kills. It looked like Denver may have just had a chance to break through the hill. They are getting the kills. They did actually end up breaking what is a lot of people think is an absolutely unbreakable hill. So they are going to get the spawns in the back. Sydney is pressuring though. They're very, very close. They are going to be able to cross over the hill. We'll see if Denver can hold them off. It looks like they're doing a good job. Number 2, KJet, going to be coming around on the flank to try and get a kill, but then the spawns are going to flip again. Sydney is favored. It looks a hill that is not supposed to be as scrappy is turning into an extremely scrappy hill. Sydney should have 100 points right now. If they have 50 going to the next hill, going to get a little bit of scrap here, and they're looking to rotate right now.
Yeah, they absolutely are. You see the rest of Denver Surrender spawn up at that P3 area. Jules just trying to work Hokies right here. The snakes are fully in, finally finds that kill. The rest of Sydney are going to make their way through that P2 area, but, you know, Denver's trying to do a great job there. That could have gotten very dangerous for them very quickly. Sydney Dingoes could have very realistically found, you know, around, you know, passing that century mark on that hill, but like you said, they're unable to do so. They break open that hill, and they don't get any time on it, but they do a great job of keeping Sydney off of it, which is really all you really need to do when you find that early rotation. So now Denver Surrender, they're reaping the rewards of a great P4 rotation. They win that trade battle, and I mean, this could be the money hill of the game right here.
Mr. Anderson with a fantastic kill there. They are going to lock down this hill absolutely. Sydney got the scrap. They only got about 20 seconds on the hill. Unfortunately, it seemed like they won the rotation, but not anymore. Denver locked this down. They're going to get about 30 points and counting, but Sydney breaking in, doing their best to contest. MCB 2 fantastic kills on the hill right there to give their team control. There's a third as well. He's just going off on this hill. 3 streak, going to get cut down by Jules, unfortunately. Again, Sydney though with some fantastic rotations. They're gonna have the initial hold for this P4 or P5.
Denver Surrender very quickly making their way into that map's area though. Could apply a good amount of pressure onto that hill. Paradigm CD finds himself in a great spot. The rest of the AR players find some kills as well. It's going to be Poison, kind of in a very important spot here, and they get taken down. You see Sydney Dingoes, they're taking full control of those open and closed side of the map, but Jules, you know, the Denver Surrender are still popping pieces when they very much so need to. The spawns all over the place currently. We got punches coming in, and I mean, just as this game has been so far, it is back and forth as always. Sydney Dingoes, though, they have found themselves a 20-point lead. Denver Surrender can tie this up, though, at the final 20.
They can get this scrap to tie it up. It's going to put them in a really, really good position going into the next set of hills, because realistically, Sydney should have gotten far more time from that P3, like we had both mentioned. The second set of hills, P1 going in favor of Sydney for now. Denver currently on the back foot with spawns. Mr. Anderson's doing his absolute best to try and flip these spawns. He's gonna get 2 fantastic kills, one on to Partigam to get control of this hill and retain the spawns going into P2. We'll see if Sydney can flip these, but right now it seems like it's all Denver control.
Yeah, and that is an absolutely enormous 2-piece. So much impact from just those 2 kills right there, because like you said, Jim, not only does he find those kills on the map, but he also locks in those spawns for the squad. The rest of Denver Surrender spawn up at that cubby area, and now they have free access to this hill, and Poison is popping off behind it. You see how far Sydney Dingoes are pushed back. It looks like they're in a Bagger Fortress spawn trap right now because they just cannot get out of that P3 area, and it nets Denver Surrender a free P2 rotation. We saw Sydney Dingoes squander a good Money Hill rotation in the first set of hills. Let's see if Denver Surrender can flip the script and make themselves have a great hill here, because this could really put them out front.
It looked like this rotation was going to be all Denver Surrender, but K-Jet was the only one left on this stadium hill, and now Sydney has come straight through, but the kills are coming right back. It looks like Denver got a good flank onto the hill. Now they have full control of P2 again. It continues to be scrappy. It seems like no one can hold the hill. The score is still tied, going through what, hill 7 at this point on the map. This is a lot more scrappy than it should be. Feels like. I
mean, it is back and forth, and it's not like teams are trading full 60s either. People are finding 20s here, 20s there, just whenever they possibly can. And Sydney Dingoes, they find themselves on the back end of this rotation as well. You got player 7. He's really the only one starting that rotation. The rest of Denver Surrender, they need to go because Sydney Dingoes are quickly making a push through that P1 area. Let's see where player 2 spawns. He's kind of going to be the catalyst here. He spawns up back 18. So Sydney Dingoes, they have a good route to get on this hill. This could be another mixy P3 gyms, if you can believe that.
I don't think anyone has the spawns right now. No one knows how to control these spawns, man. It looked like Denver had the full rotation, but Sydney put way more pressure on the rotation. So they're going to reap the benefits. We'll see if they can hold it this time instead of just getting a measly 20 points. They have the opportunity to get close to 200 points here and pretty much put the game out of reach. You got Snowby lurking out mid, trying to pick up a lot of kills. He's over on Statue. MCB right now is sitting on top of the platform. They are locking this down, doing their absolute best to get this 60, and the kill feed is blue, Jake.
I mean, this is an absolutely perfect setup out of Sydney Dingoes. You have every player where they need to be, and you also have Novi pushing out that P5 area. Denver Surrender just have nowhere to go. You're kind of forcing them to rotate if you are the Sydney Dingoes. You get that scrap time for free, and the rest of the squad is just going to hold back and get that final time. But Paradigm, he's already applying pressure. 5 seconds left to go. He dolphin dives into top rails, and it doesn't work for him. Poison's able to pick him up. The rotation's still here, but as always, the pressure is imminent. Sydney Dingoes, if they can find some kills here, they can grow their lead even more.
Seems like Denver got the rotation again, but Sydney is doing a fantastic job at trying to break it. Mr. Anderson doing his best to hold the back spawns. Number 7 lurking in, Novi. Mr. Anderson, another great kill. MCB in the back, trying to be sneaky, trying to get some kills. Right now, control is in Denver, but this pinch is probably not going to work in their favor. Let's see how it plays out. Hoax, 1 kill, traded out by Poison. Partigam in, trying to get another kill. It's contested. Looks like it's going to go in the way of Denver. Denver is pressing, but Sydney coming. Oh, no, Jules, the fantastic kill on the hill. And it's going to retain in Denver control after a very mixy couple seconds.
Yeah, and if you're Sydney Dingoes, you could very well try to push out this final time, kill player 3 here, and take control of those open and closed doors, because we know how powerful those spots can be on the P5 hill. So you see Hokies, he's trying to make that play, but K-Jet's going to be locking down that stage side area. Denver Surrender going to have the good side, but Sydney Dingoes going to be holding down that time. The game almost tied here, back and forth, as it always has been. K-Jet, though, some unlikely shots out of him. The rest of Denver Surrender ready to push, but Sydney Dingoes most definitely ready for it.
For the first time, going from that P3 to P4, they traded off 60-second or near full holds of each hill to keep the game tied. This hill a little bit more scrappy. We'll see if Sydney can hold on to it. Right now, doing a fantastic job. You do have Denver you have Denver with the 1 back spawn. They have a little bit of a closer spawn. I believe we saw a streak just out of Poison there. I don't think it connected with anything. It's probably a trophy on the hill. Cannot believe that's still a thing. But Sydney, a surprisingly mixy hill they have gotten a vast majority of the time on. I think close to 40 seconds here, and Denver is on the back foot, spawning out bad. They're going to be putting this spawn trap potentially for this P1, and Sydney might be able to close it out here.
Yeah, and I feel like it's due in part to Novi's 7 streak on the map. You got Paradigm with a 4 as well, but those two specifically, I mean, they just do not allow Denver Surrender to get anywhere near that hill, and they put themselves within 22 points of winning this game. Denver Surrender, they are not out of it yet. They are finding these kills. Mr. Anderson's locking down that top maps area. He gets the call out on that final player, and they know where the rest of the Sydney Dingoes are going to be. They have those spawns locked down. The street spawns are safe. MCB trying to make a play, but the rest of the Sydney Dingoes pushing straight toward that hill, and K-Jet is going to be ready for it. They're making the comeback. 30 seconds left to go, and they're still trapped in that back P3 area.
The spawn trap was flipped. Denver was the one spawning bad. Sydney was able to flip it. They're getting it done now. They're getting the kills. They're getting the time. They're probably going to tie this up. Nope, sorry, Caster Curse. Couple kills coming in from Sydney. They're on the P1. They're probably going to get the scrap, but it looks like the rotation is in Denver's favor. There is a streak for Novi coming in, and he's going to be able to get another kill. Poison trades it out quickly, though. Denver, it should have these closer spawns. We'll see where... Okay, number one, yeah, he is going to spawn inside of cannons there, or just below cannons, and he's going to be able to try and get this kill on MCB. He's going to be successful, or he's going to try and hunt him out, trying to go back to that truck, hold these spawns for the team.
And the push from the Sydney Dingoes are coming in from everywhere. You got player 6 pushing the back of the map, but they're not ready for Jules in the back. Now it's going to be Hokies all alone left here. He's able to get one, but the final 20 seconds is going to be coming in for Denver Surrender. Sydney Dingoes are going to be forced to break. This could end. It might be a photo finish, Jims here. MCB is going to be pushing around that backside of the map, looking for that player. Back 18, but they're going to be both in that bush and shield side of the map, but Jules is able to save the day for just a second. Novi looking for the kill, and he finds that wall bang. The rest of the Denver Surrender are ready here as well. That could very well do it. Player 6 might be the only person who can make a push toward the hill, and he's not going to get there. He basically gets it. Oh, and it's not enough. The Denver Surrender close it out. 250 to 246, and they go up in the series 1-0.
What a fantastic match to start the night.
I mean, I just can't believe how back and forth that was. All right, welcome back to the Call of Duty Rec League, everybody. Here we are on Search and Destroy. We're going to have the Sydney Dingoes here on the offensive end on the break. They're going to be playing very defensive here in this art. Very different from what we saw in the map one. Very slow play from both of these teams. Denver have taken control of that A-bomb site. Sydney Dingoes, they're looking for a way to fight their way out.
Yeah, Denver has full control of the platform or A-bomb right now. K-Jet trying to stay alive. It's hard to. Hokey's gonna. I guess Hokey. Oh my God, Hokey's a 3. He's gonna clear out A-bomb by himself.
What a play out of Hokies. Reads everybody perfectly right there. Gets that bomb down for free. And it's going to be Jules left all alone in a 1v3 situation. Going to be a tough one to win, but you do have 37 seconds to their name. See Paradigm at that back 18 area. Pop steady. There is a player on that bomb as well. Kind of a tough situation to be in. Sydney Dingoes, they win the round 1.
I'm just sitting here trying to figure out how to pronounce his name, and the time I do that, he pops a 3-piece and then finishes the round off with the 4th kill. That's an ace to start this match. Keep an eye on Hokies for this map. It seemed like Denver had full control of A side. Hokies said, nah, fam, we're good.
Absolutely not. Use the Vaz to the best of its ability. Finds the ace in the round 1, which puts them 2 off of that ever so important cruise missile. And you know how important the cruise missile can be on a map like this. Really shuts down that A and B bomb site. But, obviously use it a lot for information here. Sydney Dingoes have taken full control of A here. You got Hokies and MCB in that closed area. And we're seeing kind of a similar format from we saw in the round 1. Sydney Dingoes take control of that A bomb site. Denver Surrender looking for a way to break out of art.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson kind of lurking over. Yep, and Novi is going to be able to get that pick on him on the lower side of the map. Maybe trying to find a way over to B because, yeah, you're right. It is a very, very slow start to this map. Everyone holding their ground. Sydney with full control of A-bomb. Hoki's going to be able to get one. K-Jet quickly gets trade on both of them. I don't think they quite know how far away the rest of Sydney, though, is from A-bomb. They could easily get this bomb down. But Novi's going to try and flank and get it done. Not going to happen. Poison picks him up. It's all down to Partigum.
I mean, that was a spot out of Poison, no doubt about it, laying down on that box. But don't die, K-Jet, and he does. Takes down K-Jet right there. It's going to be Poison versus Paradigm in a 1v1 scenario. Bomb is going to go down. Poison might face Paradigm head on here in the P4 area, but the wrap is fully in. Poison making his way all the way around the map, and Paradigm, he's looking for ghosts.
He is. He has no idea where this man is. His death sentence is about to run out. He has the better gun for the job, and he takes care of him. Denver Surrender going to tie it up now, 1-1. Lots of back-to-back A bomb site hits. I expect us to go to see another one in the next round.
I would imagine so as well, and I'm interested to see if the pace starts to up here in the search and destroy game. Both teams play it very slow off the break. Hokies finds the 5th, does not find the 6th for that glide bomb. And now you gotta wonder, it's like, what is the strategy here? And it looks like everybody's playing fast yet again. Sydney Dingoes, slow it down though, play that art. And, you know, we're seeing another one of these rounds. Denver Surrender, they loosen up on that A bomb site, but Jules does not know. MCB on the other side of that box, but I think MCB heard the snakes come in. Now you gotta try to work to your advantage here now that you're in a 4v3 situation, but Sydney Dingo's still really worried about finding their way on that bomb site.
Denver Surrender down one person. They've kind of vacated the A site. They've given it up to Cindy. It is not looking good, like a good situation here for Denver, especially when MCB, he's not going to see the person directly to his left. Oh, almost gets turned on. Not quite. Does get the kill. He's going to get traded out quickly, but the bomb is down now for the Sydney Dingoes. They do have control of the A site and control of all of middle, the backside of A as well, down the stairs. Novi's going to get the 4th kill of the round. It's now a 1v3 for Jet. It's not looking good. He's going to get caught throwing a stun. Sydney Dingoes take another round.
Bad time to throw a stun, but Sydney Dingoes, they find another offense on the board here. 3 offenses in a row for both of these teams. Looks like the slow play is working to their advantage. They're getting their information, they're taking their time, and they're finding these round wins behind it. I'm curious, you know, does anybody try to maybe start to get aggressive here on the offensive side? I feel like I've said that 3 times now. Might need to relax with it because both of these teams are very confident in how they play their offensive rounds, no doubt about it. We're seeing more of the same here. More of the same, not surprised, but player 2 getting very mixy this top single area. He could make a play because nobody's going to be watching it as of now.
Yeah, it seems like MCB for the side of Sydney Dingoes is going to be the one that is trying to make some more of the plays. He is in top here. He's going to try and be really sneaky. Hopefully Mr. Anderson doesn't hear him. That's the goal. While we're talking about that, Partigam is going to get a nade kill onto Jet on those back stairs. Sydney in full control of the A site. You have MCB up top in, what is this called, Jake? Art?
Top doubles, top boat as well.
Top boat. Okay, yeah. I don't know all the call-outs. But he's going to try and play sneaky up here. If he plays it just patient enough, I think he's going to be able to find someone slipping.
Novi finds that player at the back B bomb site, and that is definitely probably the worst possible spot for that bomb to be in that you could even ask for. Mr. Anderson is going to even the odds, but Hoax finds a kill onto Jules. So now a 1v2 situation, and Mr. Anderson has to work for Hoax right here because there is no other option. Finds a wall bang off some beams, but you only got 19 seconds left to work with, and I think Novi might know that that bomb is down. Mr. Anderson's going to have to get started moving, but it looks like Novi's going to be ready. You're going to have to play for the kill if you are Mr. Anderson, but Novi's going to be laying down in an absolutely perfect spot here. There's not enough time to work with. The round goes the way of the Sydney Dingoes. Great patient play out of Novi there.
Yeah, I think I did see Novi on the minimap. He was looking directly at the bomb. He was trying to make sure that the bomb was there. He figured it out, just lie down. Probably heard him running from all the way across the map and was able to know, like, hey, he doesn't have any time. I'm just going to stay down, secure this round win. That's going to put him up 3-1. First defensive side we've seen taken for the side, and it went towards Sydney Dingoes for a 3-1 lead here. Again, more patience. Teams are holding their ground. Jules is going to try and get a little bit mixy here. Top boat, top double, whatever you want to call it.
Player 1 is going to be watching, or player 2 is going to be watching. That's MCB. Finds that player in the top single area, and that kind of breaks down your push. If you are the Denver Surrender, you get first blooded. The advantage is not in your hands anymore. But it looks like player 7, Poison, he's going to be really locking down this A push. There's not really a good route for them to make their way toward that A bomb site, and Paradigm is not going to be ready. I think Poison might have spotted him right there, but the question is, did Paradigm see him as well? He's going to make his way into the jail cell. Is he able to find one? He does not. MCB with the big kill. K-Jet takes his place. 2v4 situation. Let's see if they can make something happen.
K-Jet doing everything he can. 2 kills going to go on the side of Denver for K-Jet and Mr. Anderson. They're going to even it up at 2. Quickly going to get traded out by Partigam. Oh, and he's not going to be able to, and Mr. Anderson's not going to be able to get another kill. Sydney up 4-1 now, taking a firm control of this game.
Yeah, Sydney looking absolutely fantastic, looking comfortable in search and destroy. They're making a lot of fantastic reads, a lot of great plays out of them, and they are, you know, looking absolutely solid in search and destroy. You know, we see this a lot in the CRL where teams definitely favor one game mode over the other, and it seems like maybe Sydney Dingoes is one of those search and destroy teams. We got Hoke 7-3, Novi not far behind at 4-1 on a 3 streak currently. And Denver Surrender, you know, they get that 1 round on the board, but they lose that 1v1 between Mr. Anderson and Novi. And that could very well have been the swing round. That may have been the one you wanted to win. And especially with Hoke shooting like this, it's going to be hard to win any rounds on that A site.
It is. Hokies is going off right now. Started the game with that ace. Now sitting at 8-3. Still alive, doing his best to stay alive on the stage. Taking a whole bunch of shots from K-Jet. He's not going to be able to get it done. Jules picks up 1. Picks up 2 up here in doubles. I guess doubles or cannons, whatever you want to call it.
That would be... That's an interesting area. I don't know if there's necessarily a call out for that.
I don't know
I
the
would call that
intricacies
maybe like
of all the
P4
call-outs in there.
stairs. There's a lot of call-outs going on in art for sure, but what I do know is that K-Jet will be getting that bomb down. Paradigm can be making a quick route into that closed side area, looking for anybody he can find. Might have heard Jules down there. Jules not ready for it. Paradigm gets one and gets on out. Novi's going to be looking for the assailants there in that open area as well. Poison holding that deep flank. 29 seconds left to go with Sydney Dingoes working against the clock here.
They're working against the clock here. You got to think that they heard Paradigm on up top in art or cannon. Poison's gonna be able to get 2. He's gonna peek it out, get the diffuser, and get who was it on bomb? Whoever else was on bomb to pick up the round for Denver.
Poison making a sneaky play right there. Paradigm was not ready for it by any means. Thought that the back stairs area was for sure clear, but it sure was not. Poison loves being in that spot up on that box at the back double doors area, but Denver Surrender get a round that they very necessarily needed to get. 4-2 now. Sydney Dingoes have an opportunity to win another offense, but can Denver Surrender put a defense on the board here?
We will see if they can put a defense on the board. Pretty good momentum out of Denver. A round that they shouldn't have won. Probably a little bit hyped to get that one, but starting off the next round, they are going to get picked. It's going to be a 4v3 early. No real control of the A site here. We'll see if Sydney wants to try and go get control of it, but doesn't look likely. MCB is going to come up with another great kill on the Jules. They're looking to work their way onto this A site. Denver working through mid, trying to get a flank in, trying to find any sort of pick that they can.
Bomb will be going down, but Denver Surrender have control of this art side area, and Poison should be able to find one on Novi. They do as well. You got K-Jet slowly but surely making their way to that back 18 area, so they know this region is safe. Poison finds another one as well, playing so sneaky, so quick with that Vaznev in hand, playing the finesse game right now, and now they flip the script onto Hoax right here. Poison gonna chow that bomb, but the shots come in from Hoax. 21 seconds left to go. And Hoax makes it a 1v1. The defuse should be coming in, but 17 seconds left to go. He has to make a play.
He needs to run. He almost got killed there. Now he's all but surely going to be able to secure himself the round. He is able to stay up. That was almost a 4v2 for the side of Denver with the bomb down. Sydney, it can't get that close.
I mean, Hoax makes a great play, plays his timing while the wall bangs coming in from that bomb site, but plays his life, finds that 5th round on the board, and That's one of those dagger rounds. Being up 5-2 is a very comfortable place to be in Search and Destroy. You got a good chunk of rounds to give up here. It's never over until it's over, but 5-2, a very comfortable place to be if you are the Sydney Dingoes. Hoax playing absolutely fantastic here so far. Definitely some close rounds going your way if you're the Sydney Dingoes. You got to keep the pedal to the metal and close it out here, because Denver Surrender, you feel like it's only a matter of time before some of these rounds start going their way.
Absolutely. It's looking really, really aggressive as Sydney for the first time ever. They're going to get two kills really quickly. Number 4, Hokies is going to come through. Try to get the third. He will. It's going to be a very quick 3v1 on the side of Denver. On the side of Sydney. Some very, very quick aggression that we have not seen yet so far in this game. A lot of people, for the most part, just holding their ground, and he's going to be able to find the 4th, and that's going to do it. Sydney Dingoes take this map 6-2. Pretty dominant showing. Trades just went in their favor. They stood their ground on the sides, on the bomb sites, and the flanks were true. The flanks were good. MCB and Hokies going big.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Call of Duty Rec League. Here we are, map 3, LSCLO control. Series is tied at 1. We got Denver Surrender on the offensive end here. This is a big one, Jims. We got the swing map, the map 3 control, the one everyone looks at. You want to take a lead here if you're one of these teams, so you're going to have to lock in for this one.
Yeah, I think the stat last year was the team who wins control wins the series 75% of the time, something like that. I have no idea if that's true in this game. Probably just about seems like it. That's probably close to the stat line. So yeah, you're right. Very, very big, very, very important map for either team here. Right now, it's looking like Sydney has a little bit more of the control. Denver was able to hop on B for just a smidgen there, but they are going to quickly hop off. Sydney gets the kill. Number 1, Poison is roaming, but he does get taken down.
Big kills out of the Sydney Dingoes here, keeping Denver Surrender back into their spawn. Hokies been doing a great job keeping it up after that search and destroy as well, so they're going to have to shut him down. But the main focus, you got to get some kills on the board. You got to make your way to one of these points, because right now you have little to no map control at the moment.
I know we had said after, or at least I had mentioned after map 1, there's really no all-stars in either team, but I feel like MCB is doing his I don't think the score has really reflected it, but he has been all over the map getting super critical kills. Hokies as well has just been popping off too. I'm looking for them to both have really big games. They're both their subs, might be a little bit harder on this map, but looking for them both to have big games right now. But right now, Denver is going to be on getting a good amount of progress. There is two on the point. There again, the good progress. Number 5, Hokie is going to try and contest, making the big play, and just like I asked him to, there you go. They're going to get the kill. One more trade for Poison, yes, and that's going to be the A point secured for Denver.
Yeah, and that's definitely a good start. You know, you had a slow opening to that control round. You're getting spawn trapped a little bit. You make your way over to that A point. You do cap it pretty fast. You got a minute left to go, but you know, even if you don't get this B point, you know, you get the progress that you wanted in the grand scheme of things on this defensive end. You're never out of it yet, especially in control. In this game, 1-4 down can really turn the tides and allow a cap to come in real quick. You got to keep your map pressure. You got to stay alive. You're Poison. You're huge right now. Just allow the rest of your squad to get close to you, because you got time to waste here.
The entire side of Sydney knows where he is. He's just holding strong, trying to stay up. Denver playing this really, really slow, just trying to play it slow, methodical, get the picks, get the pushes they need. MCB, though, getting plenty of kills on the other side of the map now. Poison is going to make himself known. He's going to get taken down. This might put Denver in a spawn trap that they just can't quite get out of for the rest of this round.
They are going to try to make their way through that bottom side of the mini-map. It's going to be that old A control point. But MCB is going to spot them, going to be on the move to find both of them. Finds one, finds the second. Big play out of MCB. Puts himself on a 5 streak. 1 off of that cruise missile, and he is going to get that. He finds that kill off screen. 12-6 for MCB. Cruise missile in the back pocket, and a pretty solid round for the Sydney Dingoes.
Incredible round of the Sydney Dingoes. Denver trying to play, trying to play it really, really slow, methodical, get those picks, but the subs of Sydney were flying. MCB specifically, I think he's ending that round with 12 kills. Of the, I think maybe 23 kills went down, getting probably about half the kills for his entire team that round. Incredible stuff out of him. Denver is going to get 3 ticks and one full point of progress, so that's good for them going into a potential round 5 tiebreaker. We'll see if Sydney can match that this round, though.
Very interested to see. I mean, the subs are moving for them, so they might be able to apply some pressure in that middle map area and cause a ruckus, but it's going to be a full out push through that middle of the map. Hoki's going to find one on a poison. Great opening blood. The kills, they just keep going the way of the Sydney Dingoes, and Denver Surrender just have no response to it as of now. K-Jet trying to make a play through the top balcony area, is able to find one. Big kill just to mix things up a little bit, but they already get that second tick on the board, and they're going to have to find a couple more kills if they want to shut that down. They are able to find all three, but you see player 7 already moving toward that B side of the map, and the rest of his teammates are there with him. The Denver Surrender are going to have to survive another push.
The side of Sydney did their best to stack that point and get the progress on it. Didn't quite work out to get the entire point. K-Jet kind of spoiled that for them. They did get a little bit of progress on B, but they backed off. Denver got the kills. They're a little bit spread right now. Looks like it's more of a B side push. The player going towards A gets taken down. Denver is going to be able to get the kills on the B side of the map, but there is some pressure from Sydney coming through middle. MCB has been on a tear, and he is going to try and cause some ruckus and get his team over to this B site.
The push is in MCB. He checks all of his corners. He finds one, and he's going to start the spawn trap in. There is player 3 still there. That is going to be Jules, but MCB is getting cross-map kills with the Vaznev. Had to throw that one out there for the one time, but the A point is going to be captured, and you still got players on B if you are the Sydney Dingoes. The second tick already coming in, and MCB has made his way back across the map, looking like Nero Poison right now, 16-5. And the rest of the Sydney Dingoes aren't that far behind, so only up 2 lives if you are the Sydney Dingoes, but the amount of pressure that they are applying is just impossible to slow down currently.
It is absolutely impossible to slow down. It is looking like this is going to be a Sydney round, but maybe I talked too soon. Maybe Denver can put them in a little bit of a blender here, get the lives down, make it a little bit spicy for the side of Sydney to try and come. Get this B point. They are getting the kills. They are keeping them back. Hokies is in the middle, going to try and make a play to get his team here. Cause a little bit of mayhem. We'll see what they can do.
Poison's really being the savior for the Denver Surrender right now. We saw him pick up 3 humongous kills on that B side of the map, but he might get put back in the spawn, and he will. 3 kills go down at that bottom side of the map, and now you can 2-stack this B point, and you only need one of those ticks on the board. Poison is going to be moving quick, but the stack is in. Can he find one? He doesn't see the second. He thinks he's behind that middle box, but he's on that green fence. MCB still alive, 21-7, and they get the capture. Sydney Dingoes put their second round on the board, and they look amazing.
Sydney is looking in a prime position. If we were to go to around 5 to get the defense, I don't think it's going to get there. Sydney have looked pretty stinking good. Hokies and MCB with subs. I was mentioning this is an AR heavy map, but no, it's been the subs doing all the work right now. Hokies 15 and 10, MCB 21-7 on a 3.0 KD right now. They are causing mayhem. They have put Sydney in this position. We'll see what Denver can do. They got a big hole to dig themselves out of.
They absolutely do. The momentum is not in their favor as of now, but it could all be turned around with a singular dominant offensive win. But that is a tough start. Novi in the perfect spot to shut down that A push. 3 go down, and Novi jumps up right in the nick of time there. Last player is going to be bottom mid. The rest of the Denver Surrender forced to go toward that B side of the map. MCB bites off a little bit more than he could chew, but this kill's still coming in for the Sydney Dingoes. Denver Surrender still pushed back in their base. They are going to be pushing that field side. Sydney Dingoes, they are going to be forced to make a play here. They do have to react to this quite well because Denver Surrender are moving up quickly.
They are moving up quickly as soon as in this last push. As soon as Denver got to the B point, it was wiped away immediately by Hokies. He is there again. He's there over on B again. Oh, they're going to shut him down this time. We'll see if they can make some progress. But then the Sydney is definitely attacking. Novi's going to pick up one. MCB with one as well. Jules trying to stay up. Not having the greatest game. Sitting at 7-17. MCB with another great kill. They are getting put in this spawn trap right now. Denver is not able to make any progress here.
I mean, MCB, this has been his show from start to finish. Almost finds another kill onto Mr. Anderson there at that top pool area. The A push is going to come in, but Paradigm is going to be so tough to cut down at this top radio area. He doesn't even need to cut anybody down because he's got his SMG player Hokies right behind him. Mr. Anderson, though, big two-piece out of him. MCB, though, he's going to be quick to chow. He's reading that corner, but the bullets, they're going all over the place. Denver Surrender have one last push, and they're going to have to make the most of it, but they cannot. What a push.
Mr. Anderson was doing his absolute best to try and keep them in this game, but it wasn't enough. Partigrim comes in with a three-piece to clinch the round with just a couple seconds left. Time runs out. Sydney going to take this map very quickly. Very quick 3-0.
Yeah, and that might be one of the quicker controls I have seen personally. I'm interested to see the final scoreboard come up because we'll see exactly. Welcome back, everybody, to the Call of Duty Rec League. Sorry for the little break there. We're having some lobby issues for a moment, but we are here now. Sydney Dingoes up 2-1 in the series after a very dominant map 2 and 3. Let's see if they can continue that momentum even after the short break we just had. They're having a great P1.
Like I said at the beginning of the series, this map is going to favor ARs much more heavily. I do know that the side of Denver has some solid ARs on their team, so we'll see if they can get it done on this Zarqua. But the subs ultimately can make the game very, very interesting if they hit those water routes. They go for a little bit of swimming, turn to the Michael Phelps real quick. But right now, Sydney with a great hold for a very mixy hill, and they were laid off the spawns. Like, I think a couple of the guys were late to spawn in. So they still take it with a 30-point lead going in the hill 2. But Denver with the spawns for hill 2. We'll see if Sydney can break it.
We see the amount of pressure they're applying as well. They're doing a great job. Like, we got MCB working through here. Player 2 spawns in the back. We would call that a rogue spawn over here at the Call of Duty Rec League for sure, but it looks like Denver Surrender are somewhat ready for it. But now they're getting pinched from both sides. MCB able to pick up one, along with his SMG duo Hoax. Denver Surrender doing a great job of holding that one off. The team kill does come in. Jules going a little rogue, but big 25 for them. Looks like Sydney Dingo is going to have to chalk this one, so great bounce back out of Denver Surrender for, the rough P1 they had.
It definitely looked like it was going to be all Sydney Dingoes for the hill once they got the rogue spawn in the back. Keep in mind, Zarqua only has 4 spawn points on the entire map, so there's very few places to spawn. Denver got to do a better job of holding those back spawns, making sure that you don't get flipped out. Going into hill 3, Sydney, Partigrim 8. Sydney is going to be going to have full control. Mr. Anderson in the back trying to get some spawns for his team, or just set up a quick pinch. So he got one kill. They know he's back there. They are focusing on him, but the rest of Denver is also there. Looks like they either spawn there.
Oh, we got a water battle.
They do have a water battle. Mr. Anderson's going to come on top. Novi's going to clean him up real quick, though. The trades are going down. It's 2v2 in the hill. It looks like Denver's going to come out on top after the rotation battle.
Yeah, and I'm going to say something that I always talk about. Sydney Dingoes are one of these teams where it seems like anybody on their squad can pop off. Map 2, it was Hoax. Map 3, it was MCB. And right here in the map 4, it has been Paradigm off the break. But as I say that, Hoax pops 3. The final kill comes in for Novi, and that gives Sydney Dingoes ample time to rotate to new. You see Novi, he's here all alone. There's still 10 seconds off old. Denver are forced to get him off of here. And the rest of the Sydney Dingoes have already made their way to the P4. So flawless P3 out of them. They're up 10 here, but the rotation battle does begin now. MCB going to be locked down in this bottom broken area, but Denver, they really need to worry about that P2.
A couple of players from Denver are going to be able to sneak into the back. MCB is going to go sniff them out, though. Didn't last for long. They do have full control of this hill. They know where the players are. You got Partigrim in the back. You got Hokies on the hill. Partigrim is going to get taken down. This might be a chance for Denver to get some progress onto this hill. MCB is going to come in with the flank. He's going to get 2, but I don't think that's... but they're not going to get the hill control. Sydney is going to still be able to retain it, even though Denver got into the back. Those spawns did not flip out. Sydney this time is going to be ticking in their favor.
I mean, the slang power from Sydney Dingoes is out in full force right now. We got Paradigm 11-5, MCB 10-9, Hoax 9-7. Novi doing what he can, finding that hill time on the board as well, rotating through that P4 area. This is a big 50-point lead or so, 50-point lead from the Sydney Dingoes. They're pushing through that P3 area. Jules playing for a nice cheeky angle here, but the spots come in. Sydney Dingoes make their way through P3, and they could very quickly get these back spawns. You see player 4 spawn up with Paradigm.
Sydney trying to set up a pincher. You got one in the water. MCB is going to take one. The rest of Sydney coming through the back. They have. I don't think they've read that they're there. Hoki's going to get one kill. They're pinching on the hill. They're going to get another one. Poison with 2 great kills. Novi's going to pick up Jules. Is Poison going to be able to get another one? He steps out of the hill, trying to make it a little bit mixy. Novi is not going to be able to pick him up. Mr. Anderson comes in with 2. They're going to keep this hill control.
They absolutely are. This is a big hill out of Denver Surrender. They are still pushing in through this P3 zone, but the kills still going back and forth. The trade battles are being won by the Denver Surrender currently. Sydney Dingoes, they find that final 13 seconds or so, but now the focus goes toward this P1 area. You do have player 8, Jules. Wow, what a kill out of Jules onto Hoax. What you can say, though, is the Sydney Dingoes, they do have full control of that P2 area. You see a player spawn there with that player out that back P2 area, but they might have worried about it a little too much. They have no control here on the P1, and Jules is reaping all the rewards.
Denver may have been able to get the control of this P1, but Sydney is in firm control of the spawns. Although Mr. Anderson is getting through, he might be able to flip these spawns out if he gets enough kills. Sydney is still spawning good. Mr. Anderson is going to try and rotate back and get the kills. Denver is in full control of this hill. They're kind of trying to set their eyes on trying to get these spawns. Mr. Anderson's or K-Jet's going to get the kill on the guy Dome. Mr. Anderson's in the back. He gets a critical kill. They soaked up most of the P1, pretty much all of it. That was a solid 40 to 50 second hold out of them. And they're going to be getting spawns for this P2 on the back of Mr. Anderson. Good job.
Yeah, it's a great hold out of Denver Surrender, and they get those back spawns like you were talking about there, Jims. Denver Surrender going to be turtling here on that P2, and this is a big swing hill for them. If they could find a good chunk of time here, they could find themselves a solid lead and maybe force a game 5 here, but Sydney Dingoes are going to be in quick. Hopes gets taken down. Player 3 going to be working around that deep side, able to pick up one. Second one right in front of him, but does not spot K-Jet. Novi going to try to sneak on in and make things mix. He finds 2. Might have spotted the third as well. Finds a third. The third that I was talking about is already behind him. That's going to be Mr. Anderson. They flipped the script here. They could very well get the final 32, and Novi's one off of a cruise missile here.
Novi by himself flipped the script. You got to think he's front. He goes straight through the middle of the hill, picks up 3 or 4 kills to get that break. Didn't even need to go around the side to try and flip the spawns, and they're going to soak up another 30 seconds of the hill. What looked to be Denver potentially going up by 40, 50 seconds here is now a Sydney lead of what is going to be about 20 seconds. That said, Denver is on this next hill. The last time we saw this hill, it was a little bit scrappy. We'll see who's going to come out with the majority of the time.
Sydney Dingoes already applying the pressure. That is the name of their game so far. They are constantly pressing the issue against this Denver Surrender squad, and Denver Surrender are forced to act accordingly. And, you know, at those times, you're not always going to react the best, and that may be why Sydney Dingoes are doing such a great job of breaking these hills, finding this mixy scrap time paradigm. Going to be working through the top, looking for any sort of kill he could get, but K-Jet plays the perfect angle. Looks like Sydney Dingoes are going to be spawning in the back, so Denver Surrender, they definitely have a route to rotate here to the P4. Sydney Dingoes going to have to break through in this backside. K-Jet with 4 HP left, and they're not spotting him. MCB able to take him down. The rest of the Sydney Dingoes are here for the assistance. The final 17 should go their way. Mr. Anderson just trying to apply pressure to this final 11, but that may have very well caused the Denver Surrender to spawn at the backside. The 2 players just spawned next to each other, Jims. Can you believe that? Player 2 and player 6 literally spawned parallel from each other 2 feet away, but we're going to forget about it. Denver Surrender at the new hill. There's a battle for it, but for now, Denver Surrender are going to be in control.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think those wonky spawns were just caused by the fact that there is so much contention going on in the back of this ruins trying to get control of the spawns for Hill 4. It's firmly in Denver's hand now. You do have MCB he's been an absolute menace this entire series, is going to pick up one on the hill, but I think those spawns are going to stay in Denver's. Never mind, Novi is now spawning in the back. Poison is also going to spawn in the back with them. It is an absolute... It's crazy. These spawns are absolutely crazy right now. No one's in control. It's getting scrappy. Sydney finally going to come up with the kills. Novi picks up 2. They're going to have this hill firmly in control. Then Poison, then the entire side of Denver is going to spawn right in the back of the same hill.
Yeah, if you're watching the Scump watch party, he would call this a bang out, and that is definitely exactly what it is currently. Sydney Dingoes, they rotate toward the new hill. They still have that cruise missile in their back pocket. They could very well use that for that final P1 of the game, maybe even the P2 if we do get that far. But Hope's going to be trying to play Overwatch here from this top balcony side area, ready for the second. The second drops that nade in there. He is able to put some shots into him. Jules is able to take him down. MCB going to be the only one on that hill. Paradigm very quickly needs to get on with him. He is able to find some help from that outer rock side of the map. And the Denver Surrender, they can't jump on that hill just yet. Jules is going to be the player to do it, but the trade battle won by the Sydney Dingoes. Denver Surrender at this P3 area. They're going to have to sneak in. Sydney Dingoes can't win here, but we know how important this time is.
Yeah, the last few times we've gone to P1 on this rotation, it's always seemed like it's been a really, really strong hold. We'll see if that ends up happening here. This might turn into a battle for this final P2. Whoever's going to get spawns there, Denver going to be able to get this scrap time. They're going to just about tie up the game. I think 211 to 210. And Sydney seems like they have a couple more players around this P1. We'll see if they can get some time. I think Mr. Anderson
that knife!
Oh, Mr. Anderson was trying to get control of the hill for his team, but he gets knifed by Partigam, and now there's no one on the hill for this rotation. But it's very contest heavy, and you can see on the right side of the map there's a couple players battling for these spawns. It's knocking. Oh, but Mr. Anderson's going to take down Novi.
The cruise missile might have to come in at some point. Jims, you got to think 37 seconds left to go. Don't think either team can win on this here, but Sydney Dingoes are in full control right here. The push is good. Denver Surrender are going to be backing up now. You see 28 seconds left to go. They are very much so focusing on these P2 spawns. Player 7 might come in from the backside. He sees 3 players in front of him. He puts a lot of shots and he finds one. The second isn't good. And Sydney Dingoes have 15 seconds left to go. They could make this a 6-point game for them. Denver Surrender, this could very well be a lot like the first round, Jims.
It is. Novi's going to come in with the cruise missile right now to try and get some kills. They are going to kill the spawner back there. MCB is back with him. It's only going to be 5. Sydney only needs 5 seconds. They have no idea he's back there. He's going to get 1 kill on Mr. Anderson. There's only 1 player in the hill right now. Number 8, Jules, is going to be sitting in the corner trying to get as many kills as he can. He's going to get 2. He's going to be able to get traded out. He is. But Sydney is going to get the spawns in the back. If there's only 1 player on the hill to get, the entirety of Sydney is going to spawn in the back on the play of Novi. There's only a couple seconds left. Sydney is going to take this map 250 to, what was it? I think 232. They're going to take this series 3-1.
I mean, both hard points, combined with, a winning total of about 20 points. It's like those were about as close of hard points as we could possibly get. This was the final.